You're standing in a
What a
beautiful
lovely day
garden,
for a walk.
wearing
These
layers
flowers
of
are
the
so
finest
pretty.
silk.
And look at that
Your hair
beautiful
is an
temple.
architectural masterpiece, pinned with gold and tortoiseshell. You think you've made it. You're a samurai's wife. You are at the top of the social food chain in Edo, Japan. You think your life
Please?
is all
Of
tea
course. Here
ceremonies,
you are. Thank
cherry
you.
blossoms, and being the first lady of the warrior class. You're dead wrong. In reality, you aren't a wife. You're a high-end prisoner. You aren't a partner. You're a reproductive asset owned by a man who is legally allowed to end your life if you're too lazy with the laundry. You've traded your freedom for a gilded cage, and the bars of that cage are sharpened like a katana. Welcome to life as a samurai's wife. You're going to spend your mornings disfiguring yourself because that's what honor looks like. See those white, natural teeth in the mirror?
Time to wash
Get
these
rid of them.
clothes.
You're
Scrub,
going to take a
scrub. Get
mixture
them
of iron
clean.
filings and
Almost done
vinegar.
now.
It smells like a rotting blacksmith shop, and you're going to paint your teeth pitch black. It's called ohaguro. Why? Because white teeth are considered repulsive and immature. You need to look like a lacquer box. If your
I am
teeth
ready.
aren't black, you're basically a
play.
social outcast. Next, look at your eyebrows. Too expressive, too human. You're going to shave them off completely. Every single hair.
What
In
a
their place,
beautiful day.
you'll paint too thick, soot black smudges high up on your forehead. You now look like you're permanently surprised. But don't worry, you aren't allowed to show actual emotions anyway. You're wearing 12 layers of silk kimonos. It's 30 degrees Celsius in the Japanese summer, and you're carrying 10 kilograms of fabric.
Stay
You can
strong,
barely
dear.
breathe, but you have to walk with grace. You don't walk like a normal human. Your legs are trained to move in a pigeon-toed
Hello, some
shuffle. You have to keep your knees pressed together at all times to show modesty. If you take a stride that's too long, you're considered manly or vulgar. Your feet are constantly sore, your back is aching from the weight of the silk, and you're expected to glide like a ghost through the house. And what are you doing in that house? You're serving a man who treats you like a semi-slave. Even though you're noble, you're doing the back-breaking work of managing a household with zero rights. Your husband is a bureaucrat now. The wars are over, so he has nothing to do
What a
but
beautiful
criticize
day.
how you prepared the decapitated heads of his enemies for honorable display.
Time to play.
Yes, that was part of the job description. In times of war, it was your task to wash, comb, and apply makeup to the severed heads of the men your husband killed so they looked presentable for the shogun. Imagine spending your Saturday morning putting blush on a dead man's
Time
face
to wash these
while your
clothes.
children watch.
Scrub, scrub.
Your
Get them
husband is your
clean.
lord,
Almost
your
done
judge,
now.
and your potential executioner. Under Tokugawa law, a samurai has the right of kirisagomen, the right to strike down anyone of lower rank who shows him disrespect. And guess what? You are lower rank if you're caught being
Stay strong,
lazy,
dear.
if you're disobedient, or if you're accused of being unfaithful.
here.
Your husband
Come
doesn't
walk with
call a
us.
lawyer.
What a beautiful
He reaches
day.
for his blade. In many cases, he is required by honor to kill you and your lover on the spot. If he doesn't, he loses his own status. Your life is a constant tightrope walk where one wrong look can lead to your head rolling across the tatami mat. You aren't allowed to own property. You aren't allowed to
I am
travel.
ready.
If you want to leave the city to visit your sick mother, you need a government permit and a male escort. You are essentially
What a
under
lovely day
house
for a
arrest
walk.
for the
These
duration
flowers
of your
are so
marriage.
pretty. And look
You
at
were
that
given a
beautiful
small
temple.
dagger, a kaiken, on your wedding day. You thought it was a gift. It wasn't. It was a tool
What
for
a
your
lovely day
eventual
for a
death.
walk. These
While the
flowers
men
are
do
so pretty.
seppuku,
And look at that beautiful
disembowelment,
temple.
you are expected to perform jigai. If your husband loses his honor, or if the castle is about to fall to an enemy, you don't run for safety. You sit down, you take your silk cord, and you tie your ankles and knees
Hello,
together.
Some apples, please?
Why?
Of course.
Because
Here
even
you
in
are.
death,
Thank
you must be modest. You tie your legs so that when your body falls and goes into its final convulsions, your legs won't fly open and shame the family. Then, You take that dagger and you slice your own carotid artery. You have to do it in one clean stroke,
Time
without
to wash
screaming,
these clothes.
and you have to die as
Scrub,
quietly
scrub,
as you
get them
lived.
clean.
You
Almost
live in a
done now.
world where your name isn't even recorded in the official family lineage. You are simply the daughter of X, or the wife of Y. You are a ghost in the machine of the Shogunate. You spend your nights managing the finances of a man who is likely spending his stipend on pleasure districts, while you take in side work, making paper hair ties or sewing, just to keep the family from starving.
Time to wash these
You are the
clothes.
backbone of the samurai
Scrub, scrub,
class,
get them clean.
and you get exactly
Almost done
zero
now.
credit for it. So, the next time you see a movie about a beautiful samurai wife in her silk robes, remember, those robes are heavy, her teeth are black, her eyebrows are gone, and she's probably wondering if today is the day she has to use that dagger she keeps in her sleeve. Life as a samurai's wife didn't just suck. It was a 24/7 nightmare disguised as a tea ceremony.